Antinatalism saved my life. I know that that's something that you don't expect to hear. How can a philosophy that assigns negative value to birth save someone's life? I mean, the philosophy of antinatalism is very pessimistic. Let's not have children because there's so much suffering in the world. There's no hope. The future is not looking bright for humanity. Look at all the problems that we are facing right now. Does it really make sense that we should be creating more people? How can a philosophy like that save someone's life? One of the worst feelings in the world is feeling alone. It's feeling like there isn't anyone else who's like you. That feeling is so damn uncomfortable, bro. I think I've felt alone my whole life. I felt alone my whole life. What we really want as humans is connection. Like, we want to feel like there are other people who understand what we understand, and we want to feel connected to these people who understand what we understand. We don't want to feel like we are the only one who feel the way that we feel. Like, you don't want to feel that way. You don't want to feel like you're the only person in the world who feels the way that you do. Once you start feeling that way, it's going to be hard for you to be able to cope. You see? Like, there was a time when I felt like I was the only person in the world who felt the way that I did. I was like, there's no other person in the world who actually think the way that I do. And I don't feel the way that I do because there's something wrong with me. No, I feel the way that I do because I'm actually right. I've had so many conversations with people and I realized that I was right. I mean, it would be better if there was something wrong with me, because that would mean that I would need to get help and I will become normal and just become like everyone else. But I realized that no, that isn't the case. I'm actually right, but other people don't seem to understand what I understand. Why don't they understand what I understand? And if I'm the only person who understands what I understand, what do I do? How do I keep on going on knowing that I'm the only person who actually think the way that I do? I remember when I first discovered antinatalism, I was feeling totally alone, totally hopeless. I can't even describe the feeling, bruh. I can't even describe the feeling. I remember watching some videos about antinatalism and started feeling like, whoa. I didn't even have enough data on my phone, so I was like, you know what, I need to recharge, make sure that I have enough data so that I'll keep on watching this kind of content, because these people are so damn honest. These people are saying exactly what I was always thinking, and I felt I was alone. I felt like there wasn't any other person who think the way that I do, because let's be honest, like, there isn't that many people on YouTube who are actually honest. Like, people lie, bruh. People are trying to survive. You see, people are trying to survive. People are trying to look good, right? People want other people to think that they're very positive, things are working out for them. Like, people automatically think that if you are so damn real, something is not right, like you're not doing well, something is wrong with you, that's why you're so real. I think that's how each and every person who's like real is looked at by society. So people are afraid to truly be honest. I've seen people post videos where they were truly honest about how they really felt and end up deleting those videos within a few hours, right? Because they are afraid to be vulnerable. They're afraid to be honest. Like, everyone is just living a lie. Everyone knows how they really feel, but they're living a lie. They feel guilty when people get to know how they really feel. But I knew beyond any reasonable doubt that I was feeling exactly how I needed to be feeling. I was thinking exactly how I needed to be thinking. My only problem was that I was the only person who was feeling the way that I was feeling and who was thinking the way that I was thinking. So I felt like I don't belong here. I mean, I don't belong here, but there's a difference between like really feeling like you don't belong here and thinking you don't belong here. Like, there's a little bit of difference, because when you feel like you don't belong here, you can't really go on like that. But when you think you don't belong here, you can still be able to, like, try to function. So I was feeling like I just don't belong here. That is why there isn't any other person who thinks the way that I do. When I discovered videos about antinatalism online, I was like, wow, these people really see the world the way that I see it. Like, exactly the way that I see it. I decided that I was not going to have a child in 2018. I think it was September 2018. I didn't know about antinatalism back then. I just knew, and that realizing that kind of liberated me, right? I started feeling more free, because I knew that I wasn't obligated to have children. I was like, wait, I kept on thinking that I'm gonna have children and I owe the world that, right? Like, I must have children. But realizing that I don't have to have children, and realizing that I didn't even feel like I wanted to have children anymore, like, that liberated me. Because growing up, I felt like I wanted to have children. I felt like, I'm gonna have dope kids, because I've always felt like I was very smart. So I was like, I'm gonna have smart kids, but just realizing that I don't have to have children, and realizing that I didn't want to have children anymore, that was liberating. But each and every person that I knew wanted to have children. They will ask me, actually, like, hey man, why aren't you having children? I mean, you're old. I was 25 in 2018. You're old. Why are you not having children? You should be having children. I mean, your peers are having children. And I will tell them that, hey man, I don't want to have children. I didn't know about antinatalism, but I will tell them that I don't want to have children. And I didn't want to have children because I thought, well, the world just sucks. But I wouldn't really tell them that. I would just tell them that, hey, I don't want to have children. I just don't want to have children. But I felt alone, because they didn't understand that people will judge you, especially where I live, if you tell them that you don't want to have children. I think if you live in Canada or UK, if you tell people that you don't want to have children, because there are some people who don't want to have children in Canada and UK, like, they will understand you, right? There are many child-free people in Canada, there are many child-free people in the US, many child-free people in the UK. But in South Africa, especially where I live, because I grew up in a village, like, they won't understand you. They'll look at you like, what do you mean you don't want children? Because the only people who do not have children where I live are the people who can't have children, right? I mean, you can have children, you are perfectly normal. Why do you not want to have children? So it made me feel more alone. Like, damn, man, how is it that other people don't think the way that I do? But when I discovered videos about antinatalism, I was like, bro, these are my people. Like, these people really see things as they really are. I used to take very long walks, like when I was like dealing with depression. I'll take like really long walks. That's why even now when I make videos, I take long walks. Right, find that I walk for about an hour. I mean, I'll walk for more than an hour, because I would have to go to the place where I actually want to start recording the video and then start walking. I'm so used to walking, I don't even get tired anymore. Like, I can walk for hours. When I was depressed, I would walk for like 20 to 25 kilos, 30 kilos sometimes. Like, I would walk, bruh, because I couldn't be in one place. Like, I couldn't sit down in one place. Like, I was in so much pain, I can't even explain the pain. Like, it was too much, bruh. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. Like, I was truly depressed. Like, truly, like, I had hit rock bottom in every sense of the word. Like, I've like, dude, I can't, there's no way to really describe how I was feeling. So discovering videos about antinatalism really did save my life, because I felt like I was not alone. There are people in the world who really see the world the way that I see it. Can you imagine feeling like you were alone the whole time, and then someone comes along and they tell you that no, you're not. Actually, I feel the way that you feel. I actually view the world the way that you view it. Like, that feeling, bruh. I've downloaded like as many videos as I can a day about antinatalism, and then convert them into audio, and then listen to them while taking my long walks, and I would feel much better. Like, this antinatalism content truly healed me. Like, I would feel better, and that is why I felt like I must make videos. It's like I owed you guys, I owed you that, because videos about antinatalism truly healed me. Some people just want the truth, right? Some people want the truth, and I knew that I wanted the truth. Like, I don't want people to tell me that things are going to be okay, because they've been programmed to tell people that things are going to be okay. There are people who will tell you that things are going to be okay because, well, that sounds good to say. It sounds good to say that things are going to be okay. So they say that, but not really because things are going to be okay, but because, well, that's what you must say, right? I think it's getting too dark now. Maybe I should switch position. How are we looking now? I think we're looking good now. You don't want to feel alone in this world, man. You don't want to feel alone in this world. So yeah, discovering videos about antinatalism actually did save my life. I don't know if I would still be here if I didn't discover videos about antinatalism. And after a few months after discovering videos about antinatalism, I knew that I had to make my own videos about antinatalism, because I knew that that's exactly how I think. And I knew that my videos will help a lot of people, just like they helped me. So that's why I started making videos about antinatalism, and I knew that there are so many people who felt the way that I was feeling. Maybe I drink too much. Maybe I'm an alcoholic, because I've been drinking the whole day today. But I knew I wanted to make this video today. I was like, a lot of people believe that talking about antinatalism isn't a good thing because it makes people feel worse, right, about what's going on. But no, man, there are people who want to hear the truth. There are people who have really been through a lot and who really understand a lot. Like, they don't want lies anymore. They don't want people to tell them that, hey, things are going to be okay, things are going to work out, hey, God is gonna help us, blah blah blah. They don't want to hear that anymore. They want the real truth. They want honesty. So yeah, they search for this kind of content because they don't want to feel alone. They don't want to feel like they're the only ones who are feeling the way that they do. They want to feel connected, just like I wanted to feel connected. That's why this kind of content should continue to exist online. It's real. It's not negative. It's not really nihilistic. It's just real. It's truth. You see, we need honesty. I usually tell people that I'm not a nihilist, bro. I'm not a nihilist. I don't focus on the negative things that are happening in the world. I actually focus on the truth. I try to figure out why people behave the way that they do. Why people say what they say. When positive things happen, I try to figure out why these positive things happen. I don't know what's happening because there is something negative that has happened that is causing them these positive things to happen. Let me give you a simple example of what I mean. If a lady entered the Miss Universe competition and she started helping homeless people, would you say that that's a positive thing? Like, well, now she's helping homeless people. That's a positive thing. We need people like her in the world. Of course you would. You say that. You'll say that that's a positive thing. But wouldn't it be more true to say she's actually doing that because she's trying to win the competition? She's trying to win our hearts. She wants us to think that she's a good person, and that is why she's doing all these things. Like, why do we do the things that are considered good in this world? And if there are many people who are good and who are doing things that are considered good in this world, why are there so many people who need help and who don't get it? Who don't get it? Isn't it because people help one another if there's something to gain? Like, people will help you if they feel like there's something that they can gain. But if they feel like there's nothing to gain, they won't help you. You see? So that's still not a positive thing. That shows you that we do the things that we do for selfish reasons, and there's nothing beautiful about that. So I want to focus on the real truth. I'm not just going to be like, okay, this lady has done this for homeless people. That means that the world is good. At least there are still good people. I want to figure out why she did what she did. So that is why it feels like my content is negative. It focuses on the deeper truth. And what I've realized is that the deepest truth is always negative. Like, once we know why we do the things that we do, we actually realize that this experience that we're having is not good. Humans are inherently evil. Like, we're selfish. We're only doing things for ourselves at the end of the day. Like, we're selfish like that. It's like if you try to explain to a Christian that their God isn't really good, because he does the things that he does because he wants to prove to them that he is powerful. Like, sometimes he will put them in a very bad situation so that you prove to them that he is powerful. I mean, God doesn't exist, but I'm just basing what I'm saying on what's written in the Bible, what's written in the Quran. Like, he will let you suffer and then end up helping you, and then you start believing that, oh yeah, God is good. Like, that's messed up. That's like if I was trying to impress a woman and I told someone to go and rob her, and then when he was robbing her, I rescued her. It's like she'll think that, oh yeah, he's a hero, he's a good person, so that she'll like me. It's kind of like that, creating bad situations so that I will be looked at as a savior. Like, that's messed up. Like, we don't have to be in a bad situation. If Christianity was true, we wouldn't need to be in this bad situation in the first place for God to actually save us in the end. Like, there is something wrong with that. So we need to see things as they really are, so that we'll actually understand the truth about the world that we are in. So that's what I focus on. I focus on telling people what is really going on without holding back. And that's why it feels like my content is negative. But it's not negative, it's real. We need the truth. We don't need to continue to lie to ourselves about the experiences that we're having. And some people actually want the truth. They don't want lies. Like, once you become very conscious, you no longer want lies. You want the truth. So I think that's why I wanted the truth. I was too conscious for lies. Like, I didn't want to hear lies anymore. I remember I came across so many videos of people who claimed to be speaking the truth, and I knew that it wasn't like it like they were honest, but not honest enough. Like, I wanted radical honesty. I wanted the deepest truth. So when I came across videos of people like Inmandum, people like Amanda, I was like, whoa. This is what I've been looking for the whole time. I've been looking for the truth the whole time, and I found it. This is it. This is the truth. To me, it wasn't about learning. I already knew the truth. I already thought about it enough, but I wanted to know that there are people in the world who feel the way that I do, or think the way that I do. So realizing that no, I'm not alone made me feel much better. I think that's really what healed me. Like, I wouldn't have healed if I didn't discover content online of people who were truly honest with themselves. I don't think I would have healed. I think I would have continued to suffer. But realizing that, hey man, I'm not alone. You know, there's Inmandum, there's Amanda, there's Renegade, you know, like there are a lot of people who are willing to be honest with themselves and who are willing to be honest with other people. Like, that made me feel better. Like, people are fake, man, and people are living a lie. Most people are so fake that they don't know how to be real anymore. If you realize that, like, they can't be real anymore. Like, even if they tried, like, it doesn't work for them. I've had people who liked me, right, and who knew how deep I am, who tried to be deep, but it like, they were cringy, right? Like, it just didn't seem authentic because they were not real enough. Like, it felt fake. Like, they were just trying to be something that they were not. So some people cannot be real because they've been fake for too long and they're just not deep enough. Like, they're not really capable of seeing the deepest truth. I mean, it is possible to see the truth, right? For many people it is possible, but what's behind the truth, like, that's what's impossible for many people to see. Like, you can see that, hey man, the world sucks, but why does the world suck? You can see that people lie, but why do people lie? There's inequality, but why is there inequality? Racism, but why is there racism? Can we really make the world better? Is there really hope in the world? It seems like most people are not conscious enough to see the deepest truth. And if you are conscious enough to see the deepest truth, you're going to feel alone. Because once you start seeing the deepest truth, you're going to want to talk to the people around you, right? Because the truth is going to make a lot of sense. Like, once you discover the truth, it will make a lot of sense. So you'll be like, wow, this makes a lot of sense. I want to know if my friends really understand it, like, really see things the way that I see things, and realize that they don't. You'll be like, what? Okay, maybe my friend is just dumb. Okay, what about my girlfriend? Does she see things the way that I see things? She start judging you and she start thinking that you're crazy, and she even decides to leave you. You're like, what? But that's how I see things. You try to talk to your parents and they start saying that, oh, you need help, you need God, this and that, and you realize that, oh shit, you are alone. See, that's the problem. So you want some validation, but not because you don't believe that you are right, but because you just don't want to feel completely alone. You're still human, you know. No matter how conscious you are still human. You are a human. You want human connection because you're a human. So you want some humans to actually see things the way that you see things. You don't want every human to be against you, every human to not understand you. Like, that's just messed up, man. Can you imagine being the only person who sees things the way that you see things, and every person in the world each and every person in the world does not understand you. Can you imagine how horrible that is? Like that's really horrible, man. So since discovering antinatalism, I think I've been healing. I've been feeling better. Not optimistic, but just better. I found myself being able to cope because I knew that, well, there are people who see the world the way that I see it, and these people are very rational, and they have some really deep insights. Like there's so much that I learned from them. When I talk to them online, there's so much that I learned from them. So I'm not completely alone. If there's something that I never doubted, was that fact that I was right the whole time. Like I never doubted that. I never doubted myself. I knew that I was right. That's the thing. If you are truly conscious, you will know. You won't even doubt yourself. A lot of people think that I'm a very confident person, but I don't think I am a very confident person. I think I'm only confident when I know that I'm right. Like when I know that, okay, this is it, this is the truth, I found the truth, like that's when I'll truly be confident. So yes, I seem confident because I know that I'm right. I'm not afraid to say what I say because I know that it's true. I don't say what I say and upload a video online and then start regretting that. Like, okay, I shouldn't have uploaded the video. Like I know that that's exactly how I think, and I'm more right than a lot of people. So I don't ever feel guilty for uploading the videos that I upload. I have more than like 400 videos on YouTube. These videos have been viewed by so many people. The channel gets more than 40,000 views a month. More than 8,000 watch hours. Every month. I never feel like, hey, I wish people don't get to see these videos. I wish people that I know don't get to watch these videos. No, I want everyone to watch my videos because I know that I'm right. I've done enough work to know that I'm right. Each and every person must actually self-actualized so that they don't doubt themselves. You must understand yourself fully. Right, like you can never really I keep on telling you all this, like you can never really understand the world unless you understand yourself. So you must fully understand yourself. You must fully understand why you do the things that you do. It will make it easy for you to understand other people, why they are corrupt, why some people are evil, why someone showed up at school. You end up understanding that, oh yeah, I felt that way before. I might not have wanted to cause any harm, but I felt the kind of pain that they felt. So I get it. I get why someone would shoot up at school. And now I know exactly how to stop someone from shooting up at school because I understand myself. We all have been through something that actually made us feel the way that people who become school shooters feel. We might not have felt like causing harm, but just the pain, that pain of feeling like, man, fuck everything. We all have been through a situation where we felt like we needed to lie to get what we want. So once you understand yourself that, okay, I have felt like lying to get what I want, so I understand why other people lie to get what I want. Now, I've been in a situation where I felt like manipulating other people to get what I want, so I understand why some people are manipulating other people to get what I want. I've I have felt like being corrupt sometimes, so I understand why some people are corrupt. Remember, I came across a video on TikTok of this lady that was saying something that was very interesting. She said that if you've never felt like being a bad person or felt like doing something that's really bad, you're not really a good person. And she's right. Like, there's no temptations. You just fit in the world perfectly. You fit in the system perfectly. You are exactly what the system wants. You've never had to stop yourself from doing something because you knew that it was messed up, right? You've never had to stop yourself. You fit in this system completely. Like, this is your world. You belong here. Like, you're not really a good person, because if you felt like doing bad things, you would, right? People who are really good are people who have felt like doing bad things, but who had to stop themselves from doing bad things, who felt the worst pain, but who still stopped themselves from doing bad things. You see? These are the people that we can say are truly good. Like, these are the people that we can truly trust. We say, oh, yeah, these people are good. So if you have really been through the worst in the world and you have kind of like seen everything, it's easy for you to understand what's going on in the world than if you've never really experienced anything, than if you've never really been depressed, if you have never really felt alone, if you've never felt like you needed to do something bad to get what you want, if you've never tried to understand yourself. I mean, sometimes even if you've never been through a lot, but because human beings are kind of the same in so many ways, once you start understanding yourself, you'll be able to understand other people. I know that a lot of people who were able to keep on going because they discovered this kind of content. They stopped feeling alone, and that's why I decided to make this video today. Some people will say, oh, why do you keep on talking about the bad things that are happening in the world? What about the solutions? Well, some people are not looking for solutions because they know that there isn't any solutions. They just want to be able to relate. Like, they're just looking for people that they can relate to, and that helps them because they don't want to feel completely alone. You see, the truth is that there's no solution. Like, we are flawed. That's the truth. No matter what we try to do, we're never really fixing the world. We're never fixing the problem of evil. Like, people will always be evil. We're never making people less racist. Some people are just racist, bruh. We will continue to create cycles, right? That's how life works. There will be cycles. There will be evil people. There will be corrupt politicians. There will be people who are narcissists. It's life. That isn't something that you can change about life. So we need to be honest with ourselves. Lying to ourselves isn't really going to help us. So I know that some people just want the truth, bruh. These lies that we've been telling ourselves have not really helped us. Yes, sometimes if you tell yourself lies, it will be easy for you to keep on going, right? But many people make mistakes because of the lies that they tell themselves. It's people who are honest with themselves that are less likely to make mistakes. But people who lie to themselves make a lot of mistakes. You lie to yourself about the world. Oh, the world is good. Life is a gift. I mean, lies, bruh. Lies. Wouldn't it be better if you told yourself the truth and still decided to have children? Like, that would be actually be better than if you lie to yourself, than if you convince yourself that the world is good and life is a gift, and you decided to have children. You would make a lot of mistakes because you think that you gave your children a gift. But if you knew that the world was evil and you just wanted to have children, then you would be willing to treat your children right, because you will be conscious enough to know that, hey, they didn't ask for this, right? They didn't ask for this, and there's a lot going on in the world, so I can't act as if they asked for this. I can't act like they wanted this. It feels good, man, to be able to express yourself as honestly as you can without holding back. Like, it's the best therapy that you can give yourself. Like, being completely honest with yourself, no lying. You need to be so conscious that you're not afraid of your own truth, your own personal truth. You need to be so conscious that you stop lying to yourself. Like, oh, I need to be positive. I need to only think positive thoughts in order to feel good. No, you need to be real. You need to be honest, and you need to accept your own honesty. You see? That's what's good. And you need to accept other people's honesty. What I've realized about most people who are truly real and who are honest with themselves, they don't really hate other people's truth. They just hate it when other people are not being honest, or they are unable to be honest because they've lied to themselves they've been lying to themselves for too long, that they can't really be honest. Because when people are honest, you know, bro, like, even if you don't really like what they're saying, but there will be a part of you that will be willing to receive them, that will be willing to accept them, right, as they are, because life doesn't really treat us the same. So if someone, like, let me not use Jaden Smith as an example this time, because I've used him as an example for a very long time, but let's say someone who's like, who was born privileged. Let's say someone was born privileged, say that, hey man, I worked very hard, that's why I have the things that I have. Like, you're not gonna like that, because you know they're lying. But if they said, you know, I had everything that I wanted since I was young, and I was able to accomplish what I've accomplished because I had money, I had assistance. Like, that's, you know, that is true. You might not like the fact that you didn't have that, but you know that is true. So you're not going to hate that, and you're not going to hate them for saying that, because you know that it's true. But if they say, oh, well, I worked very hard, you know, you got to work very hard. What? You want the truth. You want people to be totally honest. Being honest doesn't mean that you have to be negative. It just means that you gotta be honest. You gotta be real with yourself, real with other people. So I love internatalists because they're real, man. I never came across a channel on YouTube about antinatalism where they were just lying to themselves or to others. Realize that antinatalists are honest with themselves, and sometimes when you are truly honest with yourself, you don't feel it. You don't feel that good because we're not in a world that really makes sense. You see, that's the problem. We're not in a world that really makes sense. That is why it's not easy for people who are honest to feel good. Things ain't really working out, bro. People are brought here without their consent. That's a fact. People are being indoctrinated. That's a fact. We are being forced to perceive this world a certain way. That's a fact. And even though the way that we're being forced to perceive it isn't real, we are being forced to perceive it that way. That's a fact. So it's not going to be easy for a person who's an internatalist to feel good in this world. You see, it's not going to be easy for a person who's truly real to feel good in this world. Like, you have to lie to yourself, and some people can't even lie to themselves anymore because they're too conscious. That's the problem. Like, some people are too conscious to lie to themselves. I'll be right back. I don't like editing my videos, so I think I'm sorry about that. I needed to go and fix something real quick. Oh. I really think that the only way that we can set ourselves free is by truly accepting the truth. Like, you're never going to grow unless you accept the truth about yourself, unless you accept the truth about the world. Like, you're not going to grow. It just won't happen. But if you are able to accept the truth about yourself, then that's how you grow, and that's how you heal. Because here's the thing, if you're not going to accept the truth about yourself, if you're not going to accept the truth about the world, here's what's going to happen. You'll keep on getting hurt because of the lies that you tell yourself. Because lies create expectations, right? Like, if you're gonna lie to yourself about something, you're gonna expect, okay, unless maybe the lies that you're telling yourself are negative lies, at least you're not really gonna get hurt. But if you're going to be very positive, because when people lie to themselves, they try to be positive. So if you're going to tell yourself that the world is good, you're gonna constantly get hurt because it is not, right? Something might happen that makes you think, oh no, actually the world is good, and then boom, you get hurt because it is not good, and then you go back to feeling bad. If you're going to tell yourself that your life is better than it actually is, and it's not, and then you're gonna get hurt, because there will be something that will constantly remind you of the truth. Like, there's no escaping that. So it's only the truth that can really liberate you. It's not the lies that we tell ourselves. So that is why the truth actually heals people. That's why the truth actually healed me. Being able to acknowledge the truth as it is, that's what actually healed me. Than lying to myself every day. Like, it doesn't help, man. I've seen people make the dumbest mistakes because they've been lying to themselves. Like, they've been lying to themselves that so much that they can't figure out what they need to do. Like, when they are dealing with certain situations, they don't know what they need to do. They don't know what the real solutions are. So I love Antinatalism because you guys are very honest with yourselves, and you want the truth. You're done with the lies, man. I think that's what being truly conscious is about. Like, being able to embrace the truth rather than lying to yourself. It doesn't help to lie, bro. It doesn't help. A lot of people believe that they are coping because they're lying to themselves. No, you're not. You're lying to yourself. It's better to be honest with yourself and be honest with others. Like, that's actually better than lying to yourself and lying to other people, because you're not being real. How can you be proud of yourself if you're not being real? What's there to be proud about? I think you can truly be proud of yourself when you know that you are being real, you are being authentic, you are showing people who you really are. And if they love you, then they love you. You see? Like, there's nothing better than being loved for who you are, bruh. Not for lying to other people. Or when they love you, you feel like, no, they love me. Like, no. Growing up, people believe that there was a seed that you can eat that will make girls like you. You know how we are. A lot of people believe that. I remember when I was in high school, this other guy came with these seeds. He was selling them, and he sold these seeds to a lot of people. At the time, I didn't have game. I was still very young. I think I was 14. I was still I was kind of shy, right? I wanted girls, but I was shy. Had no game. We wanted girls, bro, but we had me and my friends wanted girls, but we had no game. Cause this guy came to us selling those things. My friends bought these things. I didn't buy that shit. I had money, but I didn't buy it. I was like, bro, like if I got a girlfriend because I got this, like I used that thing, like I wouldn't be proud. Like it wouldn't be real. You see? So that's the thing. You don't want to be loved for being fake. You want to be loved for who you really are. Like that feels good. Ironically, one of my friends actually got a girlfriend because he had that thing. But I know it didn't work. It just gave him confidence because he felt like he wasn't good enough. So when he got that thing, he felt like he was good enough. So he started approaching, and it actually worked for him. I knew that, and I told him that, but he felt like that was not the truth. But now when I remind him, he knows that was the truth. Like that thing didn't work. Like he was kind of scammed, but at least, you know, he did get a girlfriend because of the confidence. Like you just need confidence sometimes. Well, many people when I was growing up, sometimes they will use they'll cut there will be guys who will cut the roots of some trees and they'll sell it to guys, right? Oh, you use that to get girls. I never used that at all. And when I'll get a girlfriend, I'll be happy because I'll know that I never used that. Like all my friends use that thing, thinking that it's that thing that made them get the girl, but it wasn't. It's just like what they call placebo effect. But yeah, you need to be loved for who you are, man. You need to be understood. You need to be embraced. Rather than being this, like being fake, being so fake that you don't even understand yourself. So yeah, I keep on making videos on antinatalism because I know how important it is that we speak the truth. And it's not just about antinatalism, it's just about the truth. It's just that if I'm going to be totally real, I will need to bring antinatalism, right? Like I'll need to bring the topic of antinatalism, like if I'm going to be totally real. Because the truth is that what's going on in the world is not good, and it's not fair that sentient life has to go through the things that are happening in the world. Like it's not fair. We can't really justify what's going on in the world, man. We can't really say it's good. Like if we're truly being honest with ourselves, we can't say that what's going on in the world is really good. It's not. Just that we're so used to lying to ourselves. The higher ups have programmed us to lie to ourselves, to be positive even when there's no reason to be positive, to be optimistic even when there's no reason to be optimistic. Sometimes you just need to be real. You don't have to be positive. You don't have to say that things are going to work out in the end. There have been so many people who have been in this world who were very optimistic and who believed that things were going to work out in the end, and things never worked out in the end for them or their children or their siblings or their relatives. The truth is that this is bad, bro. Whatever is really going on here is bad. If you are not in the worst situation possible, if your worst nightmares have not come true, I'd say you're lucky. You're still lucky. Appreciate that, because there are some people who are living their nightmares, bro. Guess how bad this is. Like, it's so bad that some people are living their nightmares. Like, it's when they were young, they thought about the worst thing that could ever happen, and they felt like, nah, that will never happen to me because it's just too bad. But it did happen to them. You see? So if you're not living your worst nightmare, like, consider yourself lucky, because there are people who are living their worst nightmares. Like, that's how bad this is. We mustn't lie to ourselves. If I'm not going through the worst, it doesn't mean that there are no people in the world who are going through the worst and who have not done anything to deserve that. That's another thing that we must realize. Just because some people are going through the worst doesn't mean that they've done something to actually deserve to go through the worst. This is just bad, you see. This is just bad, and bad things will happen to some people, because bad things should happen to some people. That's the thing. For us to believe that this is good, we must believe that bad things will not happen to us, or we must only see bad things happening to some people. So we actually believe that this is good, because some of us are actually doing well, and we end up judging people who are not doing very well. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes we even thank God that we're not going through what they're going through. Like, Christians be thanking God. I thank God that I'm not in a hospital. Like, I've had Christians say that a lot, and that's one of the reasons why I had to leave church. Like, nah, I can't go to church anymore. These people got big egos, bro. You can't stand in front of a congregation and say, there are people who are in a hospital, so you gotta thank God. Like, nah, there's some that's off about it. Like, why do I gotta thank God if He put some people in a hospital? Is it? I got a job. I thank God because I got a job. What about the people who didn't get a job? I didn't even have qualifications, but I got the job. You're like, what? That doesn't make any sense. So you're telling me that God picks sides like that, and you're saying that I must worship this God? Why should I worship a God that actually picks sides? It doesn't make any sense. I want to worship a God that, I don't want to worship any God, but if I were to worship a God, I would worship a God that's neutral, that's fair, that cares about the truth. Not a God that's gonna be like, no, these are my children and these are not my children. My children, I'm gonna make sure that things go well for them. These ones gonna suffer. Like, nah, that's not a God. That's not a creator. There's no way that can be a creator. But the point that I'm trying to make is that not just because you're not having the worst experience possible doesn't mean that there are no people in the world who are having the worst experience possible. That's why, if you truly want to understand how bad this is, you need to be conscious of everything that is going on. You don't have to only be looking at your own life. Be like, okay, I'm doing good. I mean, things are working out for me. So why should I care what other people are going through? No, God is on my side. Like, nah, man. That shows me. That's a sign that you're not conscious. Like, that shows me how unconscious you are. In the end, we're all just men and women trying to figure this thing out. Can't really say that some people deserve to have the worst experiences. Like, everyone is just trying to like have good experiences in life, like the experiences that they want. And sometimes if you go through a bad experience, you might find yourself wanting to do bad things because of that. So if you've never been through the worst and you just find yourself only wanting to do good things, you might say, oh, I'm a good person. But if you've been through the worst, you find yourself wanting to do bad things. So will that mean that you are a bad person and you deserve to be punished? Think about it. It's like if someone, when they were young, someone did something to them, and then when they got older, they wanted to do something to someone young. I mean, that's evil, but we also have to understand that they didn't choose that. So that's why I don't judge anyone. I'm like, you are who you are. Let's try to help one another. Let's try to understand one another. If there's a person who's stealing somewhere because they are homeless, they don't have anything, I must also be willing to accept the fact that something happened to put them in that kind of a situation. Their lives could have been different if things happened differently. I could have ended up being that person, but I was lucky enough. See, I was lucky enough to find myself in a better place. I was lucky enough to find myself not desiring to do anything that's harmful. I mean, maybe I do cause harm in ways that I might not understand now, but I'm lucky enough to not be wanting to cause harm, right? The things that I want are things that make life better. So I'm lucky. That's me being lucky. Some people want to do things that make life worse because of what they've had to go through in their own lives. Some people are so angry that they just want to hurt other people. Who do I blame? Do I blame them or do I blame life? So it's only the truth. Mjan Mere Mbulashi Stulu Oro Kabe. So now Lugurum and the sofa so fit.
TikTok. I had more than 1K views.
Most of them didn't for me.
You are not even paying me. You are not even giving me a job. I'm doing this for free.
Well, so fit. And when the one of my team, these people. Oh, Makwelindin. Oh. So we need to be truly honest with ourselves. Like, nothing beats honesty, man. Nothing beats honesty. So Yeah, for me, I would say antinatalism was very positive, right? Now was very positive for me to discover, and I feel like I've done a lot of positive things because of antinatalism, and I've been able to reach higher levels of understanding because of antinatalism. Being able to make the kind of videos that I make. Sometimes when sitting by myself deciding what kind of video that I want to make, I'll be getting some really deep insights, and that's a positive thing. Like you get some really really deep insights, and when you get these deep insights, you also grow, right? Because you focused on these deep insights, like you learn from them. Just like this other video that I uploaded, I think 3 days ago. When I was making that video, I was getting a lot of crazy insights that I even felt like it was not me speaking. Like I was getting some really really deep insights. So that happens, when I decided, okay, I want to make a video talking about how you should believe in yourself more. I'm gonna get insights. Like my mind is going to be ready to channel information that's related to the topic. So I actually find myself learning from the information that I'm giving y'all, you see. So antinatalism has been a positive thing in my life. Like it helped me connect with y'all guys in a very deep way, but also it healed me even before I started making content. Just knowing that, hey man, there are people who see what I see in the world. I'm not the only one who sees things the way that I see things. Like that really helped me a lot, Some of us just need the truth, man. We're done with the lies. Like lies never really helped us. Like not everyone wants lies. That's the thing. Some people just want the deepest truth. So I think that's why when I've discovered antinatalism, I started feeling better. It's because I just wanted the deepest truth. I wanted to hear people who are truly honest speak. Like it doesn't help for people to be lying and lying. Like it doesn't take us anywhere as a society. All right, guys. Thank you all, guys.